Welcome to another episode of Murder the Internet with John.
And I'm Rich, and this is great because I don't know if you're aware of this, John, but this is actually a real benchmark moment.
Huge, actually.
Yeah.
I'm totally aware.
This is
our
500th
podcast. Yep.
Gosh, but time has sure flew by.
Seems like we started doing this just like 3 weeks ago.
No, it's been 500 episodes ago. It's great.
100 episodes.
How did we get to where we are? That's the question that you're about to ask.
Well,
right?
I just kept coming over to your house and you keep letting me in.
Yeah.
And then
that's really it.
Inviting me in your basement.
Shit.
And then
I guess
we
it was
record.
easy, actually.
It's not really hard at all.
No.
And then we just talk for like 50 minutes.
We've accomplished nothing.
Well,
okay,
talking,
okay.
Talking for that long.
Yeah, but I can do that in my sleep.
Why don't you just do a podcast of you talking in your sleep?
Because I don't sleep.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Speaking of things I don't do, try to name one thing on the internet that is not sexually fetishized. One thing on the internet people don't want to fuck. Besides me.
Cars?
No, people want to fuck cars on the internet. I've seen it before. Okay. They want to fuck trucks. They want to fuck cylinders on the back wheels.
Knives?
No, people get off on that too. I've seen like the pain thing, like a Hellraiser. Remember Hellraiser 3?
How do you fuck a knife? Like, could you just go into the logistics of that real quick?
It goes in your pee hole.
Oh, God.
Really gently.
Oh, Jesus.
And then Hellraiser turns the cameraman into a Cenobite, and then he shoots you with his wide-angle lens and you die. Wait, that was the CD guy, the DJ.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah, no.
That was the worst one.
I've never seen those movies.
No, wait, Hellraiser in Space was the worst one.
I don't watch movies.
He had large dogs.
I don't watch those movies.
You don't watch large dogs movies?
I don't watch any movies with any dogs.
Okay.
That is a rule I have ever since I saw Cujo.
Speaking of large dogs,
wait, it wasn't
sexual
Cujo,
fetish.
It was Rocky Horror Picture Show. But I never watch... Anyway, what?
Sexual
dogs. Nobody would ever sexualize a dog.
Well, see, what you do is you put peanut butter in their mouth.
Oh, Jesus, God.
And then you put tuna in their mouth, and then they say, thank you for feeding me. And that's the fetish, giving a dog food.
Making a dog happy is a sexual fetish?
Yeah. Doesn't it make you happy to know that you've done something good for somebody else, whether they be a human or dog?
Well, yeah, but not in a sexual way.
But happiness permeates every atom of our being.
I think you're confusing just basic human pleasure and happiness with sex.
I don't know about happiness. See, that's the thing. I mean, you come over here, you see my face. I'm disheveled. I'm downtrodden.
Right.
Down on my luck. If I had a stick and some sort of handkerchief, I'd be a hobo.
You know how you say some people like talk out of the sides of their mouth? You literally have to talk out of the sides of your mouth because your mouth is in a perma frown.
Ichi the killer.
Yeah, it's like that.
That's also due to the constipation.
Really?
I don't get enough fruits and vegetables or figs.
You need to try some fiber.
I'm fig-free. I'm a homosexual. I'm fig-free.
Have you thought about sticking a knife up there? Maybe that would loosen the shit up.
The only thing that gets off on that are my internal organs, and they get off of my body. Because I get stabbed. Life hurts.
Okay, so other things that have been sexualized on the internet.
What about ghosts?
Oh, I haven't seen it.
Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters. Dan Aykroyd gets head from a ghost, and it's not slumber.
Right, there you go. That's actually pretty sexy.
Because he's just sitting there letting the ghost do everything.
And the ghost is unbuckling his belt. And
then ectoplasm flies everywhere because he just ejaculated through the ghost's head and killing it instantly.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure, by the way, that whole scene was the number one reason Dan Aykroyd wrote Ghostbusters in the first place. He just wanted, knowing Dan Aykroyd as personally, I do.
Crystal Skull.
I know everything about Dan Aykroyd and know him personally very well. We talk almost daily.
Pardon, you know about the Greys?
Yeah, no, I do. I talked about 9/11, and we talk about how the aliens won't contact us because of 9/11, and we have great conversations. I'm pretty sure the only reason that Ghostbusters was made was so he could have a scene where he's getting head from a ghost.
And actually, you probably know this since you're friends with Dan Aykroyd. In Ghostbusters 2, originally, he wanted the Statue of Liberty to give him a blowjob.
Right.
But they had to cut that out for time because there's so many hilarious other moments.
Remember,
like
this was back in the 80s, and Reagan,
America number one.
Right. I think Reagan was just finished up being president, and, it was a different time. And now you could have the Statue of Liberty giving you a blowjob, and people are like, well, that guy must love America.
Exactly.
Yeah, back then it was seen as like disgusting and filthy and depraved, and people just didn't get that Dan Aykroyd getting a blowjob from the Statue of Liberty and then shitting in her eye, that was him showing how much he loved America.
And the rivers of ectoplasmic goo, obviously that's an analogy for semen, coursing through the veins of Lady Liberty. If you were to make a movie about that these days, just cut everything out besides the Statue of Liberty giving Dan Aykroyd a blowjob and the ectoplasmic runways under the city.
Yeah.
And then you got yourself a movie. You don't care if there's women in it, men in it. You got the Statue of Liberty giving a blowjob. What else do you need?
I just want a movie where the Statue of Liberty is just going around giving everybody a blowjob, some cunnilingus.
And the big reveal is when it turns out there's people inside of her that are that are like causing it, like, hey, Statue of Liberty, this guy over there, I think he's got a big schlong. I want you to go down on him. And she's like, yoo-hoo, here I come. Because she's a Southern belle.
That's what she sounds like, yeah, sure.
She drops her gigantic rock napkin on the ground. Oh, my. I seem to have dropped my hanky. Then she goes down and gives a hobo a blowjob. Homosexual, you got that going on?
Homosexual, sure, yeah.
He ate the figs.
So are the people inside of the Statue of Liberty having an orgy?
That's a fetish as well.
Yeah.
Being inside the Statue of Liberty.
Being inside of the Statue of Liberty. Sure.
Because you saw that, what was that documentary where the woman wanted to marry a bridge and then she married a railway car and then she also liked statues. It's about people who are attracted to inanimate objects, like dolls, for example.
Dolls are not inanimate, though, are they? I mean,
they don't animate by themselves.
You need to explain to me what counts as an inanimate object.
If it can't move by itself.
It can't move so you're saying dolls can't move by themselves?
Besides Chucky and Charles Band movies.
Or the dolls in my house.
What kind of dolls do you have?
The ones that
like
move around, the little ghoul dolls, they run around.
Dolls? Yeah, I think those are just actually ghouls.
No.
You can leave out the dolls.
They insist that they're dolls, and they like peek up, from behind the couch. Go, we're gonna slit your throat in your sleep.
Yeah, you've got ghouls that peek up.
They haven't been around since started taking Wellbutrin, but I think.
Have you thought about taking more?
I maybe.
Okay,
because I want them back.
Yeah,
I miss my ghouls.
They sound fun.
Anyway, so dolls. Nobody's ever sexualized dolls on the internet.
Well, they had to have. Because if it's something that exists, somebody on the internet wants to fuck it.
Oh, yeah.
Besides me, I made that joke before. Otherwise, people will make the joke. I have to cut them off the pass.
Well, let's see if there are doll fetish websites. There are people who are into doll fetishing and things like
internet.
that. Using the internet, and this is something, by the way, that we...
Don't recommend,
but we do have access to, and it's almost like a kind of when your dad would smoke your pot in front of you to show you how fucked up it would make you, or your dad did your heroin for you to be like, hey, I'm going to show you what happens when somebody you love is on heroin.
When my dad took out clients on my hit list to show me that I shouldn't be killing people for money.
Things like that. We're doing this only for your benefit.
Yes.
So that you can see how messed up it'll make you.
We use the internet so you don't have to. In fact, you can just shut off your internet right now. Just leave your computer, turn off all the lights, go dig a hole, live in the hole, come back in 7 years.
Just make sure you leave the podcast running.
And if there's ads, you can come back and click on them or give us money in whatever way.
For the love of.
In 7 years, how are we going to get money? Is there going to be money in 7 years?
There's not going to be money. There's not going to be a country in 7 years.
What's there going to be?
There's just going to be the Statue of Liberty going around giving people blowjobs.
Finally, a bright future. After all this Trump shit, we finally come to something.
So the first thing I land on when I type in doll fetish is a website. Should we give the name of the website?
Yeah.
Okay, the website is called Dollification.
Oh, baby.
.com, which I got excited. I thought maybe it was Dolly Parton that they were into, because I could see having a fetish. Especially now.
Is she alive?
Oh, yeah.
She is? I know that she...
live with pleasure.
She gives, a lot of books to kids who don't have books. So many that they're just like, Dolly, please, we've got too many fucking books.
How are we supposed to read all these books? We can't read.
I got more books for you.
These books in the time... We can't spend time with our family because we don't want to let Dolly Parton down.
We're under piles of books, Dolly. Stop giving us books. Just give us blowjobs from the Statue of Liberty and get away from us.
Dollification is the website we're on now. It's dollification, doll fetish, dolls, dolly, dollific.
Wait. Dolly is the thing that you use to move your sofa and shit, isn't it?
Or your doll. A doll for your... dolly for your dolls.
Recursive dolly.
Yeah, a dolly for your dollies.
And the dolly moves the dolly, so it's win-win.
And then if you get the Dalai Lama involved, which they don't say anything about Dolly Parton, the Dalai Lama, or Salvador Dali on this website, which I think they need to get into, because there's probably a lot of people who are like, I want to grab Salvador Dali by both ends of his mustache and just, kiss him.
Kiss him.
Throttle him with my lips.
Yeah,
throttle him up,
So what if you want to have sex with paintings? I I mean, it's fine.
Yeah, that watch thing, god damn.
Okay, if you want to have sex with a painting and it's a painting of a man, are you homosexual if you're a man?
If you're fucking a painting of a man?
Yes, because you're not attracted to the man, you're attracted to the painting.
As long as you're not attracted to the man and you're attracted to the painting, I guess.
Okay, so like if you can't be sexualized by just fucking paintings.
Yeah.
We get an explicit rating on our podcast.
For some reason.
I don't know why.
Fuck iTunes, that's why.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so dollification is the process of evolving mentally.
Starring David Duchovny.
I love that they describe it as a process of evolving, which means, improvement or change, usually for the better.
Like Pokemon.
The process of evolving mentally and physically into a living doll. So you're evolving, you're moving up a step.
Yeah, currently we're below the status of a living doll.
Living doll, right.
It's like that
is the next achievement of humankind, is to be a latex thing over a plastic and exoskeleton that Japanese men fuck and lonely guys who, their wife died and now they don't want to get back out there because they've never heard of Tinder and it's just too hard.
On the evolutionary ladder.
Yes.
Before I thought it was ape and then the ape gets slightly more erect and then it's man and then who knows what's next, like some sort of mystery Statue of Liberty perhaps.
Maybe.
But here it goes from human to doll to, we've gone from ape to human to doll.
Yeah.
And what's after doll? Once we've achieved the nirvana of being a doll, the pinnacle of evolution.
Do you really want to think past that? I mean, that's where it gets scary. That's where it gets into, like, when we say we haven't been visited by aliens, I was talking to my friend Dan. I'm not going to say his last name, but my friend Dan.
D. Aykroyd. Sorry, D. Aykroyd.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dacroyd, I call him.
Dacroyd, yeah.
And I was like, Dacroyd! And he was like, hey, John, I'm Dan Aykroyd. How's it going? Because for some reason, he always introduces himself.
Yeah.
And we were talking about, if we aren't alone in the universe, if there's so many planets and so many stars, the whole Fermi paradox, where is everybody? And he was like, well, the thing is, they're probably here. We just aren't smart enough to sense them. Like, do you think an ant understands what we are?
Yes, I do think that.
You think so? Oh, that's scary because,
I think ants know a lot.
Because I like to have sex with ants.
Really? How does that work?
Well,
do you use the knife before or after?
I just crush them with my dick.
Okay, well, no. How about this? You stab an ant with a knife, and then you put the knife in your dick.
No, that's disgusting.
Which are you attracted to then? The dead ants or the knife in your dick?
In your dick. Good point.
Does anybody do a podcast anything like ours?
No.
For good reason.
People try to keep their things on track.
What?
They don't branch out into these insane tangents.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Anyway, so yeah, the next level might be something we can't even perceive. It might be like a gaseous cloud of knowledge.
What about a tree? Because I don't understand trees.
Maybe the next step after a living doll is like a human again, but with the knowledge that we evolved from dolls.
So instead of a human doll, would be a doll human doll?
Does this mean that the movie Valley of the Dolls is like the same as Planet of the Apes? Because I've never seen either one.
I don't know about that, but there was a really good movie where the guy made a bunch of ventriloquist, no, not ventriloquist dummies, where the dolls go, yeah, whatever.
Okay. Anyway, so this dollification forum is where people can go if they're into dollification, the process of evolving mentally and physically into a living doll.
I have a question, though, before you continue.
Sure.
Can dolls go there? This is for people who want to become a doll, but once you become a doll, do you have to go to a different forum?
Only if they're living dolls. See, because earlier when you said that dolls aren't, they are inanimate, you said, I was like, but living dolls?
That's
what's
different
that?
than dolls.
It's because it's a living doll?
Yeah.
What about a live-in doll? Like a doll you could live inside?
See, because if you said...
That's what I want.
Like the Statue of Liberty.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm all for that.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is if you have that, the adjective before it, such as living doll, so if you got that before it, I mean, that's the same thing as saying like invisible doll. You've got a doll or an invisible doll. It's either one or the other. You catch me here?
I think that'd be the lowest rung.
Invisible doll.
Is a guy who wants a sex doll, but he can't afford it.
And
so
he's ashamed of it.
He just tells everybody that he has one.
Hey, man, I just got a new doll. Oh, God, not him again. That's my 500th one.
Okay, yeah. Look, I'm trying to fuck the Mazupsu 9000 over here.
The Mazupsu 9000.
This guy keeps bringing up his invisible doll, and it's disgusting.
What about scarecrows?
He's so sad.
Would that be a doll?
Is there a fetish where people fuck scarecrows?
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's like a thing for, Wizard of Oz.
Straw dicking.
I think it's called pitchforking.
Where you put an ant on every prong, grow 3 dicks. It's very complicated.
You shove a small trident.
Nobody likes it.
That you get like at weddings, those little plastic tridents that you get.
You shove tridents at weddings?
You've never gotten those little forks?
No! I've only been to one wedding. It's my own. And I was not married to the sea, so I did not get a wedding from Jupiter or Neptune or whatever the fuck.
I don't know what they're for. I think for like little bits of cheese. You take that, you shove that into your dick, and then you fuck a scarecrow with it.
Yeah, Aquaman. Invite Aquaman to your wedding. You will get a trident for cheese and your dick and ants.
Anyway, so dollification, the forum.
Do you ever feel like we're talking and getting nowhere?
No, actually.
Okay. Just wondering.
No.
So continue. I know this is the second sentence.
What I love is because in my day job, I have to keep everything on track, and I like just not doing that.
Okay,
it's just relaxing for me.
Is the opposite.
Okay, dollification, the process of evolving mentally and physically into a living doll. The first post on it, the person says, "Don't be afraid. Introduce yourself here. We're all looking forward to interesting discussions, great pictures, and fun."
Wait. Let's one step backwards. I'm sorry to do this again. Not really, though. It says the process of mentally evolving to be a living doll.
Yeah.
What exactly, if you're a doll and you're living, what do you think of mentally different than what you are now? Like, do you think, oh, this sucks, I'm a fucking doll?
I honestly think...
You're just mad.
Being 100% sincere about this, I honestly think they mean where you can make your mind a blank and just be...
So a state of zen.
Like be a state of zen, only there's a fat guy with a comb over fucking you. And panting as he's basically raping you because you can't consent if you're not,
And you are the fat man or you are the doll? Wait, the dolls?
You're the doll. You're the doll because these are people who want to be the dolls. Yeah.
So they want to be controlled by other fat men.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, I've evolved mentally. I'm there. I take my nootropics. I've evolved.
Gorilla mindset, So people are introducing themselves, and there's one guy who says, "I am Draven," and then says Draven.
Oh, again. And his username is Draven.
Yeah, and his his signature on every post is "I eat stuff."
Wow, I can relate. And he's got one post.
He's got one post. Yeah,
that is his only post. He joined this forum just to post "I am Draven" with the signature of Draven, and then he left forever. He's just like, "Oh shit, this doll thing was a really bad idea. I should not have done that. I am gone."
Yeah. What? Oh my god. No, these are all people who probably actually have people in their lives who are like, I didn't mean to go through your internet history, but you did leave that dollification forum up.
Are you Draven? I'm Cliff Draven.
The paddy wagon will be here in a little bit. The
paddy wagon.
the straight jackets and butterfly nets people are on their way because it's the 1950s version of psychiatry.
Yes, they're administering lithium.
That's what you need. That's what you need. Your fetish is so messed up that we can't treat you with modern psychology. We just need to put you in an old school mental institution and shame you until you finally realize.
What if that was the ultimate goal, though?
Oh, god damn it!
Yeah. See, they might have 4D out-chessed all of us with that. It's like, what's the end game here of the human living doll people? What do they want from us?
They want to be institutionalized? Well, I mean, when you think about it, that is what they would like. Because they got a straight jacket, they get a rubber room, and they just sit there drooling, waiting for people to come and...
The rooms are made out of rubber?
So they can't hurt themselves. They just bounce off the walls.
Oh, I thought there was like cushion or something.
No.
Not rubber.
No, the cushion's too expensive.
Oh.
Yeah, okay. Rubber, that's cheap.
See, because I don't live in the 1950s, so it's hard for me
to... Well, back here in the 1950s where I'm at, it's great.
You're all the way across the room, by the way. Yeah. The listeners can't see this, but you're far away, like 6 miles.
Yeah, this is actually this podcast, and we haven't talked about this, and we should.
We're in separate houses.
I am Rich's grandfather. It's like our version of that Dennis Quaid movie, which I've never seen because it doesn't exist.
Yes.
Primer. It doesn't exist here in 1950, but that's where we're at.
Also, Primer's really boring. Everybody says it's good, but it's so fucking boring. It's not good.
I have never seen it, thank God.
It's not good. Yeah. Don't travel to the present time to see Primer so you can travel back to the 1950s. So you don't want to stay in the 1950s.
Yeah, the 1950s are great. Everything here is amazing. There's no internet.
I can see over there. It looks really cool.
Yeah.
You've got a drink.
Uh-huh.
You've got paper.
You know who brought me this
I don't
drink?
have. What? Who?
A woman.
Really? They have those then?
They have these who bring you drinks. Just bring them to you.
Here, all we have is dolls. Living dolls, non-living dolls, Schrodinger's dolls.
Well, the good thing about the 1950s is like the women aren't allowed to talk or speak up or anything like that.
Oh,
and,
so it's...
And we could just basically tell them to do whatever we want, and they just have to do it.
What if it's against the laws of physics? Like you say to a woman, hey, start floating in the air.
Oh, she better try. She better try.
How do you know she's trying?
Because I can beat her and nobody's got to say anything.
How do you know she's trying to float? That's my question.
Well, because she would go like this.
That's when you try to shit and you don't have enough fiber. Figs.
Is that what you were trying to do?
Yeah.
Well, our diets are really
Throughout
bad.
your entire life, every time you've tried to tell a woman to go float, she's been trying to take a dump and you didn't even fucking know it.
Well, maybe she was trying to, I just assumed she was trying to relieve herself so she could finally, all that shit was weighing her down.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
What I figured.
So if you shit out your entire body weight, like if you're pro-Anna, for example, to do a callback, if you shit out more than you weigh, you will float into the air.
Yeah.
So we have to figure out how to shit more than we weigh. But I can't figure out how to do that because, like, say I eat 5 pounds of food and I shit 4 pounds, I'm still gaining 1 pound at best.
You know what I think you need to do?
Negative food.
Yeah.
That's what we need. Negative food.
You need to go, like a negative prints. So you just take pictures of food, develop the negative print, then eat that food, and then you're eating, wait, I got it. New ingredient for food, black holes. There you go.
If you combine a black hole with let's say sage or thyme or rosemary, you've got still negative sage, negative thyme, negative rosemary.
True.
Depending on the size of your black hole. So if we start dining on black holes, we will weigh enough or negative enough to float.
Hey, I talked to a guy from the 1970s.
Really?
Named Billy D. Williams.
You get around.
He told me he dined down a lot of black holes.
You mean B.D. Williams?
Yep.
Oh, because he's black.
He's a black guy.
I get it.
And
because
he was
anus.
he was in outer space in some Star Wars movie.
I thought you meant anus.
And no.
Oh. Well, I thought you said black hose.
He was in space
black
in this
hose.
movie, and he was at least
chocolate.
that's what he was.
Chocolate.
He was masturbating at the time.
Billy D did not masturbate in Star Wars.
No. When he was talking to me
in Star Wars.
In Star Wars, yeah, he was on the set of Star Wars, and we started talking. About how he likes to eat black holes.
How did you get tickets to Star Wars?
I was just on set.
Why?
I'm friends with George Lucas.
Oh, you mean G. Lucas?
G. Lucas. Glucas, as I call him.
Glucas, yes. My glucos levels are very high. The doctor said I have to stop eating.
Anyway, so people on this dollification forum.
What were we talking about?
Are introducing themselves, and we were talking about that.
Okay.
This one says, looking in here for the first time with a slight smile as I read, I do decide, and they spelled decide with an S, which I've never seen before.
Instead of a D.
That's part of their evolution is bad spelling and grammar. I do decide to make a show and post here for all to see. Hello, everyone out there. It's wonderful to meet you. If any of you desire to know more about me, I'm happy to make myself available. We could speak about particular items of interest or simply get to know each other. It's up to you. And
what? Okay, so particular items of interest. Chandelier.
Yeah.
I found a chandelier interesting once. It was very nice looking. Kind of futuristic, but not gaudy.
Was out walking my dog the other night, and I thought I saw a coyote.
Ooh.
Turned out to be just another dog.
Huh.
And I was like, that's interesting.
That was a good story.
Yeah.
I like the part where you thought you saw the coyote, but then the resolution is it was
Well, you said something of interest, not something that's fascinating.
No.
Yeah, that was a point of interest for me.
I found it fascinating.
I wasn't fascinating. It was interesting.
I thought it was fascinating.
So I was like, but why are there coyotes around me? And I was like, I live out here in the suburbs. That doesn't make any sense.
One time I thought I saw a bush and it was a bush. It's much like your story, except it doesn't have the excitement.
No, the excitement is that you were right about it being a bush.
Yeah.
How many things have you seen in your life that you thought were a thing and then turned out to be that thing? I mean, very rarely does that happen for me.
Well, the thing itself, the word thing.
The word thing
is a thing.
Is a thing. Yeah.
John Carpenter's The Thing. Swamp Thing was a version of The Thing. Is there a man thing?
A man thing?
Yeah. I'm sure if you looked up on the internet man thing, it'd be one of those stupid new phrases like mansplaining. Here's your man thing. It's just like a wooden baseball bat.
Yeah. So those are all things that you were right about. Yeah.
Trident at weddings. It's a man thing.
And so there's a bunch of other stuff on the internet about dollification and people. Oh, for instance, this person who posted into a psych forum. The funny thing about it is these are usually forums that people go to when they're like, I have hypochondria and I'm really worried about going to the doctor because I know they're going to tell me I have cancer and I'm really worried about that.
Yeah.
I have these repressed feelings about my dad or whatever. This guy goes on there and his post title is "Pedophile means doll lover."
Thank God. It'd be a shame if somebody were to get to the word pedophile.
Pedophile.
Confused with an actual bad thing.
Yeah, that's our word of the day today. Pedophile. That's I'm going to be using it.
So it's Greek, doesn't... Okay, so he says...
What does pedophile mean? It's not pedophile. We're not mispronouncing pedophile. He's saying it's pedophile. I think like if you were Greek and you were talking to like Socrates or something, you'd be like, look at all those peds over there
Are there Greek
watching us. We better watch
anymore?
our language.
Are there still Greek people?
Yeah, they're still Greece.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Good for them.
I think they're mostly Persian now.
They're doing it. That's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
Good for you. Hey, anybody who's listening to us in Greek,
yeah. Keep up the good work.
I'm sorry that you can't understand us. Because
But you're doing a good job being
doing
Greek.
a great job.
Yeah.
You have not once stopped being Greek, I think.
I don't think I've seen any Greek people in my house today. Are you Greek?
I don't know.
I'm not Greek.
I'm not really sure what I am.
I've seen you though.
Uh-huh.
But you haven't been Greek.
I'm not dark-skinned. I'm like way too light-skinned to be Greek.
And you're not a member of the Mediterranean diet. I know that.
No. If anything, I'm like the Northland fish diet.
Northland?
But I don't eat fish.
The people make the jackets?
Cows are the fish of my people.
Oh, I understand that now.
Anyway, they say, hello, I'm 20 years old, male, and have a doll fetish. It's called pedophilia, from Greek root pedio, meaning doll, and should not be confused with well-known pedophilia, from Greek root meaning pedo, meaning child.
I like how he explains that at the end.
I desperately wanted a doll since I was very young. Once, I asked my parents to buy me a doll, but they said no because, quote, you're a boy, and boys don't play with dolls.
What about action figures?
Yeah, what about G.I. Joe?
Well, it's G.I. Joe, not G.I. Doll.
Well, yeah, but
They're
it's
not
still
dolls.
a doll.
The only doll that kids will play with are Chucky. That's the only one.
Moreover,
He'll be a friend to the end.
I love this. Moreover, they started mocking me. They said they might be wrong, and I wasn't a boy, but a girl.
Oh, you motherfucker.
Sorry, I spilled beer.
Wait. What should be emphasized on that? That boys don't play with dolls?
You need a different read?
Boys don't play with dolls.
Do you need a different read? I can do a different read.
Yeah.
Okay.
Take from the top.
You're a boy, and boys don't play with dolls.
So what do they do with dolls? Boys want to fuck them.
Fuck them. Yeah.
See,
you
now
don't
it all
want to play
falls
with
into
them.
place with
Right,
an alternate
makes
read.
sense. Moreover, they started mocking me. They said that they might be wrong, and I wasn't a boy, but a girl, and if so, they for sure would buy me a doll and a frilly dress too, and would call me by feminine version of my name. But I wasn't, and had never wanted to be a girl. I was just a normal boy who liked all the boys' stuff, like soldiers, toy guns, toy cars, and so on. But nevertheless, I wanted a doll.
Okay. So he's saying he's on a psych forum, so he knows what he wants is kind of not normal.
Usually, again, this is where people are looking for help, and he's not really looking for help. He just wants to explain to them that he wants to fuck dolls.
So can you really call yourself a normal person who does something abnormal? Can you just like say, I'm normal, but I like to kill people? I'm normal, but I fuck the railroad tracks.
You're right. I'm totally normal, but I like to sit in a plate of spaghetti every night and watch Matlock.
And shit myself.
Other than that thing, I'm totally normal.
I'm normal, but everything about me is abnormal. Does it work like that?
I don't think
Can
so.
you separate yourself from your abnormalities and claim that you're normal?
It's like how people are like, Hitler wasn't evil all of the time.
Oh.
He was nice to dogs.
And what about when he slept?
Right.
He wasn't doing anything evil when he slept.
No, he actually was.
Well, not actively.
No, he'd like be screaming orders in his sleep. Hitler was a big, sleep screamer.
Sleep Hitler.
Yeah, sleep Hitler. In fact, that's most of the bad things that happened because of Hitler happened because people heard him screaming them in his sleep. Most of the speeches he gave, Hitler was asleep. He was sleepwalking giving those speeches. Very nice guy otherwise. The Hitler you hear about who was nice to dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a vegetarian and all that stuff.
I haven't actually
That
heard
was
about
awake
that
Hitler. But sleep Hitler was the one who was like,
what did he say?
Dacha
Vacha Dacha Juden?
I think it was that's enough with all the Juden.
Oh, yeah. Jeff Juden, baseball player for the Houston Astros.
Sure.
I understand that, but so how much was Hitler awake? I don't know what percentage of awake Hitler and sleep Hitler there was.
Hitler was basically a baby, and
like
he slept.
Trump.
Yeah, like our current president. May he reign in peace.
Tangerine Dream.
Hitler slept for 16 hours a day.
Whoa, I'm jealous.
The 8 hours he was awake, he still took like 2 or 3 naps in there.
And it took him like about an hour to get up and an hour to go to bed. So then he got 6 hours left.
Yeah. So when he woke up, that's why he killed himself at the end. He was like, whoa, why did you guys kill all the Jews?
Yeah, and he married Eva Braun in his sleep.
And he's like, what is this? This isn't who I wanted. Mm-hmm. I'm gay.
He's like, I'm a painter, right?
Yeah,
what's all this war stuff going on? I just wanted to paint.
What? I invaded Russia?
Same thing with Albert Einstein.
How fucking stupid was I to invade Russia?
Everything Albert Einstein invented and came up with, he was actually asleep. He thought he was still working at the patent office, that was motherfucker.
Like reverse Hitler, though. Because he did good things when he was asleep.
Yeah, the inverse of Hitler is Albert Einstein.
And Albert Einstein, when he was awake, asshole. Almost Hitler asleep levels of asshole.
Have you ever seen Hitler and Einstein in the same room?
No.
I haven't seen any of them in a room. I don't even think they could be put in a room. Mm-hmm. I think they're like made of gas. I think that they could travel through the ceiling. They might be ghosts. Mm-hmm. Well, they're ghosts now.
Are they blowjob ghosts? Like my friend Dackroyd likes to talk about?
You could not get a blowjob from Ghost Hitler.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you can try, but it won't work.
But he's gay.
Trust me on this.
But Ghost Hitler was gay. Oh wait, no, sleep Hitler.
No. If you're Hitler a ghost, you can't have any gender because you're ghost. That's your gender.
Awake Hitler was gay.
The third gender is ghost.
Sleep Hitler was very intolerant. Right.
And the inverse of that, of course, is Albert Einstein.
Right, that's true.
That's why we have ghosts that are not male or female. Because you combine Hitler with Einstein, put them together, you get ghost.
Yeah.
Wait, that's not in government forms. You have to select male or female, right?
You can't select ghost?
No.
Isn't that under other? Could you?
I thought other was just
other and then write in ghost?
I thought other was just other. Ghost would be besides other. Danny Aykroyd would be the fourth gender, of course.
Right, and then living doll would be the evolved version of what you are now.
Oh yeah, it'd be like Dan Aykroyd squared.
Yeah,
is living doll.
Is a ghost more? What if it's a living doll? Could it have a ghost? Could there be a ghost of a living doll?
Yeah,
who's giving Dan Aykroyd a blowjob in Ghostbusters?
Yeah, if you square Dan Aykroyd, you get living ghost. Living ghost becomes dead doll.
Okay,
that's what it is.
When I reached puberty, I noticed one day that thinking about dolls was giving me an erection. Not long before my 17th birthday, I dared to buy me a doll. She was a cheap Barbie replica. And I used to masturbate while licking her between her legs.
Ew.
But to tell the truth, the dolls which excite me most are big and childlike ones.
Oh, good. Good.
Hold on, before you start thinking bad things about him. Though I have no sexual feelings towards real children.
Oh.
Just representations.
Our fake children are safe.
Of them,
I guess.
I also have very strong wish for one of that Japanese silicone sex dolls, Candy Girls, because they're so beautiful, cute, and sexy. For now, I have more than 10 toys. Toy dolls. Toy dolls. I never had sex with a woman. No! What? Is there someone who share the same fetish?
Reply, no.
Nope.
Closed thread.
Kill yourself. Psychforums.com is now closed forever.
Here's what I like.
Yep.
When a woman just lays there,
doesn't
move, and you say like, "Are you a doll?" and she doesn't say no because she's an actual doll. That's not what dolls do. They don't speak out of the corner of their mouth.
Mine do.
The demon dolls or whatever you're talking about?
Yeah.
That appear and disappear? Jesus, I think there's dolls in here. This office is infested.
Tainted by dolls.
Does anybody else feel the same way I do about dolls? on the Psychology Forum?
No.
Well, the first reply is that it's a fetish that is not often discussed, but is more common than people think.
Not often discussed. It means people don't feel comfortable talking about this stuff.
Why is that?
Because you should be ashamed of it and seek psychological help.
No. This is the internet. We're not ashamed of anything.
Like, I understand there's a thing, about kink shaming, and you shouldn't. If it's not hurting you, then why do you care?
Yeah, don't judge.
Because I don't think it's helpful for you personally to keep pursuing this kink at.
Who are you to judge? Who are you to judge?
I am a person who has normal sexual appetites.
I get turned on by every single member of the human race being decimated by a laser.
Right. Well,
that turns me on.
That's a totally normal turn on.
Okay.
I like to fuck apples. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Normal.
Yeah.
Healthy.
I've been to your house and I heard your wife saying, "Fuck that apple. Fuck that apple." I said, "Oh, Jonathan's up to his old tricks again."
Yeah. So she doesn't want me to fuck carrots. I'm sorry, I don't go that way.
No,
I do not.
Yeah.
No,
I know that. You don't need to.
No, I'm not. I'm just.
This is our 500th episode. People know that by now.
I'm just saying, as much as I like all the vitamins and everything you get from carrots, I'm not fucking a carrot anytime soon.
Yeah, don't fuck that
carrot cake. Yes.
Why not?
Yeah, I mean,
it's there.
Look at it.
But carrots, no.
No, not anytime soon.
I feel very ashamed about my fetish. I have to hide my dolls and love to my dolls from my relatives and guests.
Oh, this is the guy talking again, yeah.
And that's bother me a lot.
That's bothered me a lot.
That is bother me a lot. Also, I can't stop thinking about myself. Oh, as a weirdo and a sick F asterisk CK. Okay.
Yeah, and you should.
So he's okay about talking about himself wanting to lick the insides of a Barbie doll, but he censors out the U in the word fuck.
Good point. Yeah.
So, this is safe for the kids, okay? He doesn't have the word fuck in there. He just wants to have sex with dolls, and he's not a pedophile.
No, he wants
adult dolls.
No, they're not adult dolls. They're dolls of children.
Children dolls
that are of adult. Fuck.
What's the age of consent on dolls? 0, or is it higher?
Well, it says usually on the packaging 3 to 6 years.
Oh, you must be this old to fuck this doll.
No,
it's just the infinity symbol.
They don't usually say that. You have to read in between the lines, or it says 3 to 6 years. Then
that's a very small bracket.
Yeah, or 6+. So you got to get the 6+ ones.
Oh yeah. Because I mean, what 4-year-old has hit puberty?
But I mean, 4-year-olds do fuck everything.
Do they?
Well, fuck everything up, in my opinion.
The kids,
Oh, man, they're the worst. I wish you could just put a kid in a coma from the age of 4 to the age of 5, and that'd be fine.
Or through their entire life, you know?
No, just 4 to 5.
Through their entire life?
No.
Oh.
What's wrong with you?
I want to fuck dolls.
Okay. I can't stop thinking of myself as a weirdo and a sick fuck, though I know that my fetish is quite harmless and I bear no threat to anyone. And now I think this thinking was that all after all have made me a...
What? Wow, his train of thought.
and I bear no threat to everyone. And now let's break this down. And now I think this thinking was that after all have made me a neurasthenic.
Huh. Derived from the Greek word, I do not want to fuck children.
The closest thing to something I understand is the word neurasthenic in that. But I still don't really know what that means.
The word I'm familiar with that.
I think this thinking was that after all have made me a neurasthenic. Yes, I find, quote, real, unquote,
why is that in
women
quotes?
Attractive.
So if you're putting that in quotes, you don't mean real women.
No.
So he doesn't find real women attractive?
Well, they're not real.
Connect the dots.
What it is I think for him, they're just as fake as the dolls. Because they're just going through their pre-programmed lives, making decisions that are, it's deterministic, kind of shit where you just make this decision based on what you've been programmed to believe.
Theory.
So how are you any different than a doll, really? Mm-hmm. Yeah, just because you can scream. Mm-hmm. And just because you can pull a gun or a knife.
And you can flee from the toy store.
And you can run away from the toy store screaming when I take you there on a date.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I find, quote, real, unquote, women attractive too. But because of years of self-condemning thoughts and unsuccessful tryings to suppress my feelings, now I'm slightly socially inept. And so I feel a bit uncomfortable in the presence of women. To the contrary, when I'm with my dolls, I feel very safe because I know they will never
So
they will never make fun of me.
Oh.
Will never betray me. And so on. What is the so on, do you figure there?
It's in quotes.
Yeah.
You should put it in quotes because that means not so on.
Anyway.
I guess. It's strange, though, that he's socially inept.
No, I would think that the problem is with society. You can't ever blame yourself for any of these problems or try to improve yourself. You just need to embrace all of the weird things about yourself and assume that everyone else is wrong for making you feel weird about them.
If you want to fuck a doll, how can you improve yourself? I mean, you're kind of at the end of the evolutionary scale there.
That's true. If you're dumping your sperm right into a doll's cunt every single night, you're a great person.
I saw this guy eating out a doll. The other day, I was just like, look at him go.
Yeah.
I gave him like a salute. And I was like, God bless you, sir. You've got all the right moves. You're doing it. You're really, really doing it.
I wish I could do that.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I've got like this
real woman
sick fetish, where I have like a living, breathing person.
That's weird. What do they call that? There's a word for it. It's like ped something. I don't. Marriageal file?
That's marriageal
pedigree.
File. I'm yes. And so I have sex with like this woman who...
Are you bragging?
Like consents to it.
Yeah, I have sex with women who consent to it. Oh,
no, I'm saying this is my weird, disgusting fetish. Where like...
No, you're bragging
my wife is like, oh...
My wife!
Can we have sex?
I have sex!
Upstairs
Look,
in our bed.
I have a bed!
Hey, can you bring me to orgasm?
Oh, I brought somebody to orgasm
and then I'll bring you to orgasm. I know, it's disgusting. Stop making fun of me, dude.
I don't even remember what I was making fun of you for.
Well, you're making fun of my weird fetish where I like to have sex with a consenting adult woman.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm an adult woman.
I'm the weird one. I know, I understand.
Your wife's a real doll, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Gotta mention that.
She's a real doll.
A real doll?
A real doll.
Are there quotes around this? Can people see it?
No,
real
she's
capitalized?
like a real doll.
Oh.
She's a real doll.
He's got his thumb up.
She's a real...
Are you like a prospector? What are you doing here?
She's a real doll.
I know we're in different houses, but you're doing some sort of weird like 20s thing.
She is a real doll.
We're not getting anywhere with this.
Okay. So if you want to see reactions to the real doll phenomenon, there's a couple places we can go. Anderson Cooper did a whole show on it on his talk show, which you know is fake news because he's from CNN, but this wasn't on CNN, so I don't know what to make of it. But it was Anderson Cooper's live, and he has the psychiatrist on, or psychologist maybe, named Dr. Mike Dow.
Mike Dow.
And here he is talking about a guy and his doll fetish.
Dr. Mike, help me out here. What is this about?
Well, this is a diagnosis called doll fetishism, which is a kind of paraphilia. Now, there are over...
Paraphilia.
Paro. That means you like parasols. You want to fuck umbrellas.
Yeah, actually, I think it's where you want to fuck a parrot.
Two of something.
Yeah.
You want to fuck two parrots.
Parrots.
Yeah, so he's already way off.
Right. This guy doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. But he's a good-looking doctor, so we have him on the show.
There's only one of them.
500 kinds of paraphilia.
Okay, and by the way, in this clip, there's a guy who is sitting next to his sex doll. And I just want you to think of a guy who would be on Anderson Cooper Live sitting next to his sex doll that he thinks of as his wife, and then don't change your imaginary perception of that guy one iota, because he looks exactly how you think.
Change it about the doll because she looks so depressed. She looks ashamed.
She's covering her crotch.
Yeah, you have to keep in mind that this guy, this guy posed her. For this.
Yeah, it's
true.
And
this is the pose that he chose. Embarrassment, shame,
looking down.
Desperation.
And again, covering her genitals. And she's kind of wearing mom jeans. See that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, those are like the jeans that come up like halfway to your ribcage.
That's like 80s jeans.
Yeah.
She's got crusty bangs.
What's interesting is, of course, we almost always see it in men. Now, men have more testosterone. Testosterone is that hormone that makes you really want to have sex.
Dr. Dow.
But, to sort of help the audience understand that, I want to say that I sort of do a version of this too, and I think most...
Okay.
What?
So he does it too. So he's going to explain how he is attracted sexually to things.
Don't we all?
Most of us do. My dog Rocco,
Wait, hold on. He's talking dolls, right?
Yeah.
He said dog.
He said dog. He says he does a version of this with his dog Rocco.
Dog is 2/3 of dolls, but it's still not the same. Can't spell doll without dog.
You can't spell dog without doll.
Dog.
Yeah. Doggle.
Dog.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to him in English all day long. How many of you do that? How many
you have a dog named Rocco?
A dog named Rocco.
Oh, a dog.
Yes,
okay.
a dog.
See, confused Anderson.
So talking to your dog, like saying sit,
Yes.
that's the same thing as eating out a doll.
That's what he said. Yes. That speaking in English to your dog is the same as having a life partner who is silicone and inanimate.
What did he get his doctorate in?
Fucking dolls.
Oh, okay.
And talking to dogs.
Dr. Dow Doolittle.
I do not have a dog.
Hold on. I want to rewind real quick.
The audience of 60-year-old women are mocking him.
I love this part. This is my favorite thing that I've seen in a long time. Because remember, there's a very sad middle-aged guy with a comb over and a big pot belly sitting next to his
sadder doll.
His depressed, sad doll. And this is a psychiatrist talking about his issue.
I do not have a doll.
I thought you said doll. I was like, did you think
That's a whole different show.
I'm like, Dr. Mike, what? You've got a doll too?
No, I'm not a sick fuck like this guy who should just kill himself. I mean, come on, Anderson.
No.
I mean, no, I'm slaying pussy every night, Anderson.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my God.
But, how many of you in the audience are
the doll
pet
laughing?
owners?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's trying to bring it back to the pets again.
Cat in English, even though you know that they don't speak English, right?
Yeah.
So,
I'm convinced my dog does speak English,
well,
but
maybe yours does. But
Moment
we all
of levity
have pieces,
from
but then it goes to the
Anderson
next
Cooper
level. So then, how many of us have sexual fantasies about something? Well, you can have it in your head, or for some people, they want to take it to the next level. So that's what this is really about.
He said a lot of nothing.
Here's the thing. Yeah, he says that it's the same as talking to your dog, and then he says we all have sexual fantasies about something.
Mm-hmm. Like sex.
But the thing I have sexual fantasies about are typically, breathing, not things.
Talking to dogs.
Like a dog. Mm-hmm. Right. I have sexual fantasies where I'm talking to a dog.
Yeah, sit. Oh.
Yeah, so I'm confused by his logic here, but bewitched by his eyebrows.
People, they want to take it to the next level. So that's what this is really about.
Level 28.
Okay.
That's really good.
That was it.
I learned a lot. For example, don't watch Anderson Cooper's show.
Oh, it's bad.
That's one of the things I learned.
It's like trying to be Oprah with the opposite of Oprah.
Mike Dow. Dr. Mike Dow. Dr. Mike.
Because, he does the same thing where he goes, look at these weirdos and we'll talk about them in a nice way, but then make fun of them at the same time.
And also make no sense during the process.
Sense at all. Yeah, yeah. And for other reactions on this, there's the show The Real, which you've seen The View, right?
Varial.
Well,
yes.
So The Real is like The View if the women on The View were
minorities.
Interesting. I was going to say interesting.
Oh, well,
okay, but sure.
Thing.
Okay.
How does a man feel after he puts it down on a dog?
I can answer that question.
How does a man feel after he puts it down on a doll?
Puts what down?
His dick.
I've never heard that phrase. Puts it down.
I know.
I'm going to put it down.
That's why I watch The Real every day religiously so I can update my grammar and lexicon. Yeah, it's great.
To the question.
But wait, no. I have another question. Okay. And then he asks her, "How is that, baby?" And then he has to press play. You know what I mean? Like,
wait, hold on. Stop that. So men just want to fuck Teddy Ruxpin.
Yeah.
Because do the silicone dolls, do they have a play button?
Oh
what would they play?
I just realized something. When I was a kid, I had a Teddy Ruxpin, and it was in my parents' room, and the next day, its face came off. Like its nose just came off. And I just realized...
Did it remove it itself?
I just realized that had to be from my dad fucking it.
Really?
Had to be. I mean, there's no other explanation.
Well, so you just walked into the playroom the next day and Teddy Ruxpin has face off and your dad's just like, nothing?
No! Well, my dad was running away with his pants around his ankles.
Oh.
Screaming, ow, my dick is flat.
You were still asleep since it was the previous day.
Yeah.
His dick had been in pain for about 8 hours until you woke up. Then he just ran into the room with his pants down with the Teddy Ruxpin with no face.
Is this so hard to believe?
Yeah, because you would think that he would do it kind of immediately.
You would think like it would immediately happen, but you would think so. But my dad,
shit, Jonathan's up.
You know, like dick. You know how like a brontosaurus, like if it felt pain in its tail, it would take forever. My dad's dick is like that.
Really?
Yeah, it's so long.
Things you didn't know about Jonathan's dad's dick. Volume 500.
Like a brontosaurus's tail. Yeah. It takes 8 hours for the pain to actually reach his brain.
Yeah.
And his brain is so small, it takes a while for him to interpret that.
Okay. Yep. So that's why he wants to fuck Teddy Ruxpin.
Right. And that's why he refused to get circumcised.
And he pressed the play button.
Press the play button.
Oh, it was great. It was awesome.
Oh, okay, hold on. Okay, we gotta stop here. If that was, a real doll or a doll of like a human being, why would it talk intentionally like a robot?
Yeah, you would think they would make it sound a little smoother.
Well, that would be the easiest part. You just have like a woman come in and just voice some line.
Or just like, a guy.
Oh,
like,
that was great.
I can do it. Watch.
Okay.
Well, like
I'm gonna listen.
Okay. Oh, that was good.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah.
I felt like I just pleasured a woman.
Give me like another setup. Come on.
Your sex is great sex.
Your sex is great sex.
Oh God, no, that was scary.
I was so good, right?
No, it wasn't. It was scary at the
I'm
end.
sorry. Let me try it again. I can do another read. I can do another read. Okay. Your sex was great sex.
No, you're getting all guttural.
Your sex is great sex.
That's good. That's really good.
All right. Dan! Eat my food, Dan! Eat my food, Dan!
And then we look at girl chat, and that's the reaction.
I'm going to answer the question for you.
What?
Me being the sex expert that I am.
Okay, yes.
Some people would call that a sexpert,
I don't.
but she didn't.
Okay.
Do tell.
Absolutely, because I can take you to church and I can take you to sex.
Yes. Okay.
Let's just get that very clear.
Wait, sex is location?
Growing up in a Catholic parochial school, that was the exact same location.
Take you to sex.
Sex
Yeah.
and church, same place.
It's a place with
I
a
was an
helping
altar boy.
hands.
I knew when to keep my mouth shut.
Teddy Ruxpin
And when to keep
recorded
it
it
open.
all.
Keep it open as well.
Okay, talk to me.
The thing about men, they want you to shut the hell up while they're having sex with you.
They want you to shit that.
They want you to drop it on them and shit the hell up.
She did say shit the hell up, right?
I thought so.
What does shit the hell up mean?
Shit the hell up. It's
Shit
another
the
way of saying
hell
shut
up.
the hell up.
Oh, but with shit?
Yeah.
Like you put shit in your mouth.
Yeah, so the woman just goes, whoa, whoa, whoa.
To shut the hell up while they're having
Shit the
sex
hell
with
up.
you. Men don't want to hear you.
I feel judged. Wait, was she condemning women then or men? I don't understand. She took me to church and the sex.
And the sex. I can play the whole clip again.
No,
if you want.
it's okay. It's okay.
I can play
It's okay. You don't
play
have
the
to.
whole
Men
thing.
feel
Fuck.
after he puts it down.
The same. I can answer that question. I can answer the question.
But wait,
Just
no.
go answer the question.
I have another question.
No.
And then he asks her, "How was that, baby?" And then he has to press play. You know what
Press
I mean?
play.
Take me to
Wait,
church.
hold on for a second.
Take me to sex.
Oh, it was great. It was awesome.
10
wait,
home,
I'm gonna answer
20
the
go to
question.
10.
Me being the sex expert that I am.
Some people go
yeah.
sexpert.
Do tell. Do
Absolutely,
tell.
because I can take you to church and I can take you to sex.
Broken
Okay.
school.
Let's just get that very clear.
Take a left turn on
The
Home
thing
Street.
about
You'll
men,
hit the sex in 3 blocks.
They want you to shut the hell up while they're having sex with you. Men
No.
don't want to hear you.
I don't know if I want to hear that. So I guess you could be
Men
right.
don't want to hear you.
Yeah. It's called choking a bitch.
Now, I don't mean to disagree with the sexpert who was a woman,
The sex expert, you mean?
but I personally like it when a woman is loud during sex, like very loud, like
He's
aggressively
saying,
loud.
yeah, you can hear stop it and
Yeah.
that hurts.
Right.
And who are
Otherwise,
you?
how am I supposed to know I'm doing a bad job
Yeah, exactly.
of my sex?
Well, you could just assume it.
I don't know if I'm putting
Since
it down
you're
right.
having the sex,
Uh-huh.
if you don't got a trident in your dick, you're doing
Well,
it
then
wrong.
you're doing it wrong. Yeah. Yeah.
You got Ants.
That's why they give them out at weddings.
Arthur Chu. Yeah. Wait, no. Ants was the other guy.
Ants was who?
Ian Miles Cheong, I believe.
Okay.
He had ants on his dick. Internet.com. So what did we learn today?
We learned
Nothing. I didn't learn anything.
I learned that heteophilia is just code word for wanting to fuck children.
yeah.
Yeah, because
I didn't learn
obviously,
that. No.
if that isn't what that means, that's obviously what that is.
I learned that if you're on the internet, you can have sex with anything.
Sure.
You can
Sure.
have sex with things that don't exist. You just got to evolve to the next level, which is the inverse of Dan Aykroyd
Getting a
and
blowjob from a ghost.
Hold on, no, it's a derivative of Dan Aykroyd over Einstein divided by Hitler, which is the Statue of Liberty ghost
Right.
squared equals living human doll, living, I believe. And you can take that to the chow hound,
I'm not going
baby.
to say your math was
That's
off.
my new catchphrase. You can take that to the chow hound, baby.
I'm not
like
going
it?
to say your math is off,
You can take that to the
but I
chow
will say
hound, Jonathan.
that your tagline,
yeah.
amazing. We need to get that on a t-shirt.
Take it to the chow hound, baby!